Hey guys, Jonathan here at Shadow Foam, and we have built a makerspace in 100 days. It was a whirlwind, but it's close by, so let me show you it. So this is the Northwich Maker Space. We've been building it for the last 100 days. It's been a community project backed by all of our community members. Let's head inside. So what is a makerspace and why have we built one? Well, firstly, a makerspace is a community workshop. So it's very similar to how a gym operates. You pay your membership and you can come down here and use all of the equipment as a member. So we've got a 3D print lab, 7 3D printers in there, a big craft room with large format printers, sewing machines, overlockers, all kind of craft stuff. Then we've got a big woodworking shop, metalworking shop, all fully kitted out. So you can come down here, make whatever you want to make. But not only that, you're also part of the community. So you can work with other like-minded individuals who are down here, work together on projects, either for yourself or community projects. We've also got a big social area, so you can kind of come down here and hang out and meet other people who are interested in the same things you are. So it's a big community space, and we didn't have one anywhere near this area. I'm in Cheshire, and there's a few maker spaces about the country. The one that I've been modelling this one off, or the one that I've taken some inspiration from, is Make Gosport down near Southampton, Bournemouth way. Now, Paul Cobb is a friend of mine, it's someone I've met, and he's helped out with this, so a big shout out to Make Gosport, and from that, we've been able to build this space in the past 100 days. But we wanted to make sure there was definitely enough local interest, local support for it, so we put out a crowdfunder. So that was back in October, and we had a target of £15,000, and over the course of 45 days, we smashed our target. We had support from hundreds of people in the community, including Colin Furs.
Top guy, he's trying to get maker spaces sorted out. He's one of us, so show him support, subscribe, click on the notifications, go and follow him on all the other social platforms. Just show him some love.
Thanks very much, Colin, who put some money into this project as well to help make it a reality. Once we had all of that achieved back in October, the build started. So let's take it back to day one. So it's Monday, the 12th of September, and we have got the keys for the new unit and the new makerspace. Keep watching and see the transformation. So work has already begun. This is the second day of having the key, and we've already started partitioning up the space. All this timber here came from a local farm. They had a huge amount of mixed timber. Got a real good deal on all of that to do all the stud work for what will be the kitchen social area and then the classroom area at the back. So last night I was here and I fully degreased this section and spent about an hour and a half scrubbing it and cleaning it, and it looks a lot better now. So the next job is to paint it with some floor paint. Well, we had the professionals coming in on Thursday, and they fully ground back the floor and painted it with 2 coats of epoxy resin, so it's really, really good. Like, literally looks like water. And we've added a wall. So this is the kind of open plan office that was already in existence in the space, and it was long and thin and a bit awkward. So we've added a wall in the middle of it, and that is going to create us a nice little reception area. It'll have a little bit of a seat here underneath that world map, and a little bit of a reception desk here, and that will hopefully give us a nice little entryway when you enter the building. And we've also had a lot more equipment and machinery and furniture arrive. So you can see we've got a huge amount of lockers that have come in. These have come out of a city office, different sizes. We've got these smaller ones, and then we've got these bigger cupboards as well. These are for larger projects. These are twice the size. We've got loads more materials and machines. We've got a radial arm saw and a mortiser. We've got our wet area. So this is like an open plan area here with a big stainless steel sink. We've got the furniture collection, all nice and blue and on brand. I've been collecting all this up from a variety of places, but this is all the furniture that'll be going in the social area and kitchen. And speaking of kitchen, that is the footprint of the kitchen. So we've got a nice kitchen island that comes out with a sink in it. So that's going to be coming out with breakfast bars down one side. We're going to have a fully fitted kitchen with a hob, an oven, microwave. And over here we've got loads of other things that we've picked up. Big bench power supply for the electrical bay. And it is all piling in now, so we've got a big mezzanine going in second week of October, and until that goes in, we can't build the wood shop and the metal shop, but things are coming along quickly. Starting with these benches, which came out of a school in Wigan, and I absolutely love them. I think they're a really good throwback to the DT days. We've also picked up some more equipment. We've got this belt sander. This is record power. We've got this scroll saw. This is a 16-inch scroll saw, and then we've got this mortiser. If you want to cut a square hole, you use a mortise saw. Another great addition that we've been able to add this week is this record bandsaw. Obviously you can see we've gone for record power equipment, and reason why is Record Power offer 5-year warranties on all the gear. So you know it's good quality stuff, it's gonna last, and it's safe to use. This week we've started putting in the framework for the social space and lounge. So underneath this existing mezzanine here, there's just a big empty void. So this is where we're gonna be framing this up, walling it. We're gonna be putting windows in, these toughened glass windows here. We've got 7, all the same size, and they're gonna be going along this wall here. We're gonna have 2 and then 2. And all of those came out of a conservatory in Chorley. We've had loads of other bits and bobs that we've been collecting in, bringing into the space, ready to use. We've just finished clearing out this huge bay here. This is gonna be now racked out with pallet racking. We've also just finished putting up this wall. These are galvanized roofing sheets, and they make a great looking wall, really nice, and it's really solid. So we've just had all the pallet racking delivered, and it didn't go as well as it could have done. It was a near disaster, but it's all good now. Next thing, bring all the racking in. So now we've done the racking, we're gonna be finishing off this reception area and this main office area. We've got John from Atkinson's of Cheshire here this week. He is transforming this smaller kitchen station. This is like a little brew station we've got up here. We're going to be plastering this wall here as well, and then we're going to be moving the reception desk up here and getting that room sorted. We are finally putting in our first big mezzanine. So we've got to clear all this stuff out of the way, and then we'll be ready for the mezzanine. Our first mezzanine company cancelled on us. We found someone else who's going to come in and do it, so that's amazing. Right, so the mezzanine's in, and the joiners, Rob and John, have taken the window out, and we've ordered a door for here. So this has been put on pause because until the door arrives, we're just going to leave it so it's safe.
Meanwhile,
so I'm back from filming. I've had a couple of days off.
Part-time.
But the first thing I see is the door is in, so that's great. Now we've got access to the best bit, which is the bridge. We've got loads of progress downstairs too, but I'll show you that in a minute. But up here, we've cleared out all of the area, so we know what's going in here now, and we're gonna do another carpet wash in here. We have a new room. That room did not exist when I left to go filming last week, and that is at the back of the new kitchen area, which has also got a door on it, so things feel a lot more real when there's doors. All of the joinery work is finished in the kitchen, which is great. We've got some wiring that he's doing in here, and we've got some appliances that need putting in, but you can really get a feel for the scale of the canteen workshop space. All we've got left to do is run the cabling in this wall, then we can plasterboard that, and hopefully this room will be finished in the next week or two. So I'm really looking forward to that.
3 days later.
So we've got loads of updates that have happened, starting with the office. So it's all been redecorated, and the new desks arrived last week, and these are solid oak desks. We've got some really cool dividers as well, and we've picked up some of these Makerspace blue ergonomic chairs. Each desk has got a black pedestal, it's got a coded lock. We've got these 4, and we've got 8 in here. A big thing as well, we've added the hot water. Pretty boring, but we've got 4 sinks in the unit, and they've all got to have hot water, and it took a long time to get all of that properly set up because there's no gas down here. So let me show you some of the big changes downstairs. So down here has absolutely transformed. We've built this wall. This is like a big partition. We've got a nice big set of shelves, and we've built that into the wall, and now it's going to function as like a goods in, goods out rack. I've been collecting things off eBay and Facebook. We've got some huge bits of kit that have arrived. This is an amazing sewing machine, a Jack A4. The panel saw's gone up. We're just waiting for an extraction kit so that whenever you turn it on, it immediately starts extracting the dust so we don't get overwhelmed by dust. Over here is probably my personal favorite addition to the space. This vending machine came from Blackburn. It was a bargain, but it was spares and repair, so I had to repair it. There's also little changes. We finished off the cladding. All of this frontage looks really nice now. We've got, like I say, the fire siren, emergency lighting, that's all the boring stuff, but pretty essential. Down here, this is one of the biggest changes. We've got my father-in-law Graham and brother-in-law Dennis are here helping us. We're decorating in here today, but now all of the plastering's been done. It's ready for some paint, which is what we're going to be doing today. We've got all the bookcases in, and then down here, this is what we're spending the next week working on. We've got loads of really big machines arriving this week, and hopefully that's all going to start taking shape this week, with the craft buildings going upstairs this week too. Let me show you some of the other updates. We've got this really cool wall here. I did this the other night, I'm really happy with it. The furniture's all come together. All of these bits of furniture came from different places. We've added a bit of wallpaper over here too, which helps kind of hopefully tie the two ends of the kitchen canteen area together. We've got the hob in, we've put the backsplash on. We've also got a few more machines that have arrived. This is a really big highlight for me. This is a really solid Meddings pillar drill. This is a fortune to buy new. Same with this is a floor standing band facer. So it's a sanding machine, 6-inch band sander. We've made a lot of progress with the craft area too, so let's go and have a look at that. So this is the craft room and it's massive. It looks far bigger now it's built than it did on paper. Probably the biggest room in the space, and it's gonna have some big tables in here. It's gonna have the sewing machine in here, an overlocker, loads of drawers and storage for craft supplies. You can see it's all starting to be painted. We ran out of paint over the weekend, but we're gonna finish this off, but it's all plastered, all sanded, the windows in. It's looking really good. We've also got the print room all finished and the doors have started to go on. So the craft room is nearly done. The next time you see that, it'll be carpeted, it'll have a ceiling in it, and it'll have a craft bench in it and sewing machines in it. So that's fantastic. Down here, we've also made a load of progress because we finally got the finished layout sorted and planned. We know what we're building, we've started building it, but we've just got to finish it all off. But you can see here, we've got our first bay. This is a welding bay, and then there's going to be another bay here, which is engineering, and then the bays go round. So they're all open plan, they're just going to have some strip curtains in front of them. So there's a lot of work left to do on the workshop area, but we've got the master plan now, and we know exactly what we're doing, and that all should be finished by Wednesday, Thursday this week, all in time for Saturday opening. So that was last week, and now it's finally finished. It's bright and it's clean and it's exactly what I wanted it to be, all nice and organised. We had our soft opening last Saturday where we got to meet some of the members. We got the members together who backed it right from the start, and it was amazing to meet those guys and girls and hear what the projects they've got planned, what they're planning to do when they get down here as of next week. So this week we're just doing admin paperwork, but the space is finished. So if you want a membership, head over to northwichmakerspace.co.uk. If you're in the Cheshire area, we've got loads of different membership options from being here as a normal full member, which is a lot of time. You can be down here 16 hours, or you can have a business membership, you can have a studio, you can have a business incubator. So we've got loads of different options. Head over to northwichmakerspace.co.uk. The link's in the description, you can go and check that out. But all that being said, let me give you the grand tour and let's start at the beginning. So starting at the front of the building, we've got our signage up. We've also got our big billboard sign up as well, which is looking really, really clean. And we've also got a sign added in for our car park, which is across the road. And we've got CCTV on the front. Heading inside, this is our main entryway, and we've got our access system in place now. So members of the public are welcome to come inside, but the only way that they can go is up into our reception area. So once you're in the reception area, it's all nice and clean and tidy. We've got our aeroplane seat, which is one of my favorite little additions to the space. Maker Space blue, looking nice and tidy. We've got our reception desk, which was also something we picked up quite early on, and it's now clean and fitted and it looks really nice there. To get any further though, you need a fob. You can't go anywhere past this point. So it's all lovely in here, but we have got our little brew station in the reception, and we've got a toilet in the reception too. We've also got the door over to the business incubator studios. So we'll head over there, head over my favorite bridge. The 3 business incubators are here. We've got a couple of them taken out already, but we still have one available. So again, these are lovely workshops. We can put a ceiling in it, or we can leave it with, we've currently left it without a ceiling, so we've got natural light in here, depending who wants to use the space. If you're an artist, you might want natural light, or maybe you're not and you want the ceiling, so you can have a bit of warmth in here. So the details are on the website, northwichmakerspace.co.uk. Through here is the shared office, and in here you can see it's all finished off, all looking really clean and fresh. We've got 12 desks. I think I've said this before. This is definitely an area that we have showed you. They've got sockets on the top, sockets underneath, and they've all got connection to the network as well. So you've got super fast Wi-Fi here, but you can also connect up your computer with a network cable. So you've got reliable internet. And then through here, we've got the good stuff. This is the 3D print lab. In here, we have 7 3D printers. We only got them this week, but we've got 3 Zortrax M200 printers. Now these print they print anything, but we're gonna be using them to print ABS. So we've got a mixture of super simple printers. This is a Robo R2 printer. Now this came from a school, and they're used in schools because they're so simple to use. So if you've never done 3D printing, you wanna get started, we just loaded it up, clicked print, and we got this little boat out, which looks fantastic, and that's made out of PLA. So we've got super simple printers for the uninitiated. Then we've got Zortrax printers that'll do ABS if you really want some strong parts. And then behind Matt, the cameraman, we've got 3 Lulzbot printers, which are super high quality, really highly rated machines. Hopefully that's enough printers to make sure that if you come down the Makerspace, you'll be able to print what you want to print without waiting too long. We've also got heaps of filament, whatever filament you want to choose, whatever color. We've only got ABS and PLA, and we've got loads of parts too. But let's have a look into the next room. Massive shock, hopefully, to you if you're watching the video. We've not shown you any of this because it all came together in that final week. And you can see the centerpiece is this massive table. This came from a fashion designer in Tarpley. We've got loads of materials underneath. We've got heaps of vinyl for the vinyl plotter. We've got loads of foam, some fabric, but obviously we're always accepting any other craft supplies that you want to send down. Over here, we've got the Jack industrial sewing machine and the Jack overlocker. On the back wall, we've got drawers, which are all full of stuff. So this set of drawers here is just filled with stamps. So if you're into your card making or crafts, you know. We've also got some other craft supplies. We've got hot glue guns and all that kind of jazz. These drawers are fully stocked. This is the cold laminator. So this goes with the vinyl plotter. If you're cutting something out and want to make a sign, you can run it through the laminator. And that gets all those bubbles out, so you can do a professional job of kind of vinyl plotting. And then last but no means least, well actually second to last, we've got the heat press, and then we've got the large format printer. So that's everything up here. Let's show you downstairs. Let's start in the corner of the woodworking shop with this radial arm saw. So this is what we were building last week. It took a bit of time to get it all properly set up, but what we've got here is a long workbench with a fixed datum point at the back, which we can square everything off. So this comes out 500mm to do 500mm cuts, but it also does cross cuts and rip cuts and stuff like that. So this is a really versatile machine. It can do miters, it can do angles, which flows on to our standard miter saw, which is also in line with it. And then down here, we've got a nice separate section of the workshop where we can put some other desk mounted machinery. We've got a small bandsaw, we've got a scroll saw, a small lathe for practicing on before you get onto the big lathe, which I'll show you in a minute. But down this end, we've got our floor standing equipment. You can see this datum point here runs in line with our mortiser. So if you're doing long lengths, you can also mortise them, which also runs true to the spindle molder, which is here. So we've got a nice straight run all the way down. Into the corner, we've got a floor standing pillar drill. Now this one is actually going to be the metalworking floor standing pillar drill. So that's going to be going in the metal area. We've actually got a record power one, which is going here. You can see we've got a lot of record power. I kind of like everything matching, so we're going to be putting a record power floor standing drill here. We've also got the record power bandsaw. This is on wheels. Not really locked down where this is going yet, but it's here. It's a quality one. It's not their basic range, it's their premium 14-inch bandsaw. It runs really nicely. It's dead smooth and quiet, and that's obviously going to be somewhere around this area. And then over here, we've got one of the highlights for me. This is a cast iron solid Union Graduate wood turning lathe with all of the trucks and face plates. You can see here we've got a big open plan area with loads of benches. All have got vices either side, so you can make the parts you want to do, chop them up, and then come over here and put them all together. We've got loads of tools as well. Behind me, we've got the metalworking bays. Now these aren't quite finished yet because we're going to be having strip curtain in both these bays, and that's to keep the dust down. This one in particular is going to have welding grade strip curtain because this is the welding bay. So we've got 2 metal benches in here. We've got welding aprons, we've got welding hoods, gloves, welding helmets. And then the other side, it's more of the engineering metal work. So it's hydraulic press, a little bandsaw, we've got metal cut-off saw, some of the other metalworking stuff that isn't welding or abrasives. Over here, we've got our lathe. Now we've got this one to 400 centers, so it can do a fair amount of stuff. It's also variable speed, and it's a really solid German-made machine. It's got its own little guard as well, so hopefully that's a nice spot for that to live. And that wraps it up for the metalworking and the woodworking, but we've also got a great little area around here which is quite a versatile space. We can change this area up and we can take ideas again for what to do in here. Right now we've got an electrical bench. We've also got our shot blasting or sand blasting machine over here too, and hopefully we see a few good restorations in here with that. So that wraps up for this end, but we can show you the kitchen and social area, which is all finished. And I'll tell you what I haven't shown you before, that it's connected and it has full digital TV. So you can come down here, and if you're getting a bit tired of making something, or you just want to watch the news, or maybe you want to watch the chase, the TV's all plumbed in, so you can sit in here, eat your tea, or eat your lunch and watch some TV. So that's all sorted. I'll turn it off. We've also got the kitchen fully cleaned and ready. That took a little bit of doing. There was a fair bit of dust and mess in here, but it's all sorted. We've got 72 mugs in total, and we think that's probably going to be enough mugs for all of the members to make a brew. And if that's not enough, we've obviously got a dishwasher too, so we can get the dishwasher running, keep on top of the mugs. Loads of cupboards, microwave, all of that's open for use for all of the members, and the bookshelf is starting to fill up. Hopefully we can fill that up a little bit more, and I don't think I'd mind having some board games in there too. As you can see out here, it's super open plan. Hopefully Matt gets a few wide shots of how open and spacious the space feels. We wanted it open planned, we wanted it spacious, and I think we've achieved that. So that wraps it up for the Makerspace. I wonder how many of our viewers would actually benefit or be able to use a space like this. This has been built to facilitate creativity and making things, inventing things. So any of our viewers, subscribers who live local to Northwich or in the Cheshire area, you want to be a member, come down here, head over to northwichmakerspace.co.uk where you can get a membership, and you can start from next week, week after. You're going to be able to get your induction booked in, come down here and start using it and building things. But that being said, a huge thank you to all of our followers, all the people who've been tracking the journey so far, and a big shout out to all my family and my friends who've been helping me. I've been here night and day, every free hour that I've had, I've been down in this space getting it built out, and that's why I think we've been able to do it in the 100 days. And it wouldn't have been possible without Atkinsons of Cheshire. Whenever they've had any gaps in their diary, they've been down here helping me build this space. I've had my father-in-law and my dad down here loads. My kids have been down here helping build the place. So a huge thank you to all of you guys. But if you're not local and you still want to see what this space is going to be doing, all of the activity we've got down here, all the things we're going to be making, check out the Northwich Maker Space YouTube channel. We've been tracking the entire journey over there, updates every week pretty much of what we've been doing, right from day one when we got the keys and it was an empty unit, all the way through to now. We've also got a much more extended tour over there, so click that, go and watch that video if you're interested. And make sure you subscribe to the Northwich Maker Space channel too. We're gonna have loads of videos coming over there, possibly some shadow foam projects as well, getting the tools organised in here. It's all done now. Can't wait to start seeing what the space is gonna do. Make sure you subscribe to the Shadow Foam channel too and click the bell icon. Make sure you like the video and let us know if you could be able to use the space. I read every comment, so I'd love to hear what you think of this video, what you think of this space. And thank you very much for watching the video. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like that video, why not check out some of our others? We've got new videos coming out every week. And Colin Furs, what's the quickest way for people to see these videos? Subscribe.